The 2024 Tesla holiday software update really caused me so much confusion, but today I'm excited to share a lot of learnings, including one really big aha moment about the Tesla over-the-air software updates in general. I am so glad you're here. Welcome back to TesLUCKY, the YouTube channel where you can follow the adventures of Lucky the Tesla Model X and Karma the Tesla Model Y. This is the first TesLUCKY video of 2025, so we have to say Happy New Year to all our viewers, all our subscribers, and all our channel members. Thank you so much for being with us now 5.5 years along on our journey to document our two Tesla ownership experience here on our YouTube channel. Today's video is an unplanned but very necessary follow-up part 2 to the Tesla holiday software update video that we posted back on December 17, 2024. 3 things that we're covering in today's video. Number 1, I'm going to explain the confusion and how we ultimately cracked the code and solved the mystery. Did we or did we not get the Tesla holiday software update in one car, in both cars? I'm going to cover and wrap a bow on that saga today. Also going to share just a few random learnings from this research and all of this experience. And then we're going to dive into some of the real software updates that we got in the holiday update. Yeah, that's a little bit of a spoiler alert. We did get it in both cars. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. But we also just went on an 800-mile road trip to Walt Disney World in Orlando and got to experience a lot of these software updates on the road and some really exciting new features. I had to do a lot of research and I had to call Tesla twice to get myself educated on this topic. So even 10 days after we filmed and posted that 2024 holiday software update, I got software updates to both vehicles, and I still thought incorrectly that we had not received the 2024 holiday update. I was like, what up? Then on January 10th, we got another software update and I still couldn't find the holiday update. So I had to launch a full investigation. But first, let me show you the specs for both vehicles in case you're new to the TesLUCKY YouTube channel. Lucky is a 2016 P90D Model X with Autopilot 1.0 hardware and the MCU2. Karma is a 2024 long-range all-wheel drive Model Y with full self-driving and free supercharging for life. So in order to kind of walk you through the process of how I got to the aha moment, I had to grid all of this out. On the screen now, you will see all the details for the recent software updates for Karma the Model Y and Lucky the Model X. December 17th, Karma got a software update, not the holiday update. Then on that same day, Lucky got a software update that we thought wasn't the holiday update, but it turned out to be the holiday update after all. I will explain that in a minute. Then on December 27th, Karma got another update, not the holiday update, and the same thing with Lucky on both December 27 and January 10. So here's the big aha moment. I never knew that multiple software updates could come down in one download. This is really significant. It sounds minor, but it's not. I'm going to explain. As part of my research, I did a Google search to see if multiple Tesla over-the-air software updates could come down at once. And Google AI Overview said, no, you cannot receive more than one Tesla over-the-air software update at a time. That turns out to be false information. You can't believe everything that Google and AI tells you, because I called Tesla, I asked the question and the representative said, absolutely, you can get multiple software updates in a single download. And the Tesla rep confirmed that that is exactly what happened with Karma. When Karma got the 2024.45.25.5 update, Karma actually got 4 updates at once that day, including the holiday update that I couldn't find. And why is this important? Because in the past, when I would download the software updates and then go to the MCU in the vehicle, the touchscreen, and look at the release notes, I would only look at the most recent update to see what new features did I have to learn and play with and enhance our driving experience. And I wouldn't go any further than the most recent update. And I could have been missing the education about new features, and then maybe I discover them inadvertently, maybe I don't. When I have new features, I want to know about it right away. And now I'll be looking deeper in the release notes to see everything that may have come in that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 software updates. Who knew this could happen? Maybe you did. If you already knew this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. So that's exactly how I missed the holiday update in Karma. Now with Lucky, I didn't think that the December 17th update was the holiday update because there was nothing about the Apple Watch. More on that in a minute. Okay, so now before we get into all the new features, I promised you some random learnings, and here they are. Number 1, in the MCU of the vehicle, you can go back and see release notes for approximately 3 or 4 software updates. And I asked Tesla if there was any way to get more historical data, like with a formal vehicle data request about the features that were included in older software updates, and the Tesla representative said no, there was no way to request that data, but that they have data going back about a year. So if you're trying to figure out about a particular software update, did you or did you not get it like 6 months ago, and why? Because they can often tell you why. That you can call Tesla for. The next random thing that I learned from the Tesla customer service representative is that they have the ability to put things in a suggestion box on behalf of a Tesla vehicle owner. And I did that relating to something confusing with the Apple Watch. All right, so this is a good time for us to transition into looking at all of the features that came down for Karma and Lucky and talking about our experience with them on the 800-mile Disney road trip. I made a grid for this as well. There's so many details with all of this. This grid shows you the 2024 Tesla Holiday Update new features that we received on Karma the Model Y and Lucky the Model X. So for Karma, there were 13 major and 8 minor features added, and with Lucky, there were 5 major and 3 minor features added. This was a really amazing holiday update for both our less than a year old Model Y and our 8.5-year-old Model X. And it's, you would expect to get less new features on the older vehicle, you know, because of the differences in the hardware. But Lucky got some great new features, but I was still surprised that there was no Apple Watch update for Lucky. I was able to get the Apple Watch feature updated very quickly in Karma thanks to a short and helpful video I found on a YouTube channel called It's Electric. I will go ahead and put a link to that video from It's Electric in the description of this TesLUCKY video. Please go ahead and click the like button. It will really help this video reach a broader audience of people interested in Tesla or electric vehicle related content on YouTube. Thank you for that. I do think it's awesome that Tesla and Apple Watch are now finally talking to each other and have this new compatibility that people have been waiting for a long time. What are your thoughts on this new feature with Tesla? Like, do you have an Apple Watch? Does this make any difference to you? I do like that I can now see the state of charge for both Lucky and Karma's batteries right on my watch face. There is one little quirk for me with Lucky. I cannot lock or unlock the vehicle with the Apple Watch, and I can do that with Karma. When I asked Tesla about this, they said it's because the phone key card feature is not enabled in this vehicle, in Lucky, and that's just wrong. More misinformation. I do have the ability to lock and unlock Lucky and control the climate from my phone. I would like to be able to do that from the watch as well. That's the whole point of having the Apple Watch. And that's when the Tesla customer service representative offered to put that in the suggestion box. So which of these new features is most useful in road trips? Let's start with a big one. Set arrival energy. OMG, I love this feature so much. And it's on both Karma and Lucky, which is amazing. Why is this such a big deal? Because when you're on a road trip, sometimes you want to arrive at your destination at 10% battery because there's a destination charger, or you're home and you can just charge at home. And then sometimes you want to arrive at 90% battery. Like if you're at a Disney hotel, which doesn't have destination chargers, and you're going to be at the theme parks for 4 days. And on the day that you leave, you want to have high battery so that you don't have to start the day of driving home at the superchargers. Perfect scenario for why arriving at 90% is what you need. I used to have to just think about it and kind of do that manually in my head. You don't have to think about any of that anymore. The car does all that thinking for you. Thank you, Tesla. That's big. That's really big. You know what else would be really big? If Walt Disney World would get some destination chargers at their hotels. Another feature I really liked is the setting where the music will lower volume when you are in reverse. And it makes such a difference, and I don't really know why. Just slightly lowering the volume of the music really helps you focus and concentrate on backing up. But it does. Whoever thought of that at Tesla, give that person a raise. Elon, please find out who deserves a raise for that feature. Is it a little weird that I'm bossing Elon Musk around in this video? And I don't know when my Teslas started to do this, but now when you are routing to a destination and it shows you the charging stops, it's more precise than ever. It used to only tell you how long you had to charge in 5, 10, 15-minute increments of 5. And now it'll show you 12 minutes to charge, 41 minutes to charge. So cool that it can be that precise. I'm thinking I probably missed the description of that in a previous update when I got multiple updates at once and didn't look back through enough of the release notes. See, I told you that was important. Another feature we used on our way to Disney is the search along route feature in the navigation, which is super handy because if you want to go stop somewhere on your way to your destination, it'll tell you how much time that's going to add to your route, and it'll show you the different ways that you can get to this extra stop. It's really handy. Dashcam Sentry Mode videos now jump to the moment in the video where there was a recorded event. That's a time saver. I really like that. Also relating to the navigation, now you can find nearby parking on any point of interest just by tapping on the point of interest on the screen. Haven't tried that yet, but I want to try that in Key West where it's actually really hard to find parking. Now, there are two really awesome features that Karma got that Lucky didn't get, that I have talked to Tesla about, that Lucky's not going to get. So now in the newer Teslas that have the right processor, the car in the screen as you're driving to a supercharger, if there are any stalls that are out of order, it'll pop up a notification on the screen and tell you which supercharging stalls to avoid. That is really handy. I'm gonna enjoy that a lot on our road trips with Karma. And then the other thing is that the precipitation map shows you the weather upon destination, and that's all built into the navigation system. It's very, very slick. Lucky's not going to get those features, and that's because Lucky's processor is called an Intel Atom, which is older hardware technology, versus Karma's processor is called AMD Ryzen. I did a Google search to see if there was maybe going to be a hardware retrofit, and Google says no. But maybe I should ask Tesla, because sometimes when Google says no, Tesla says yes. The last new feature from the 2024 holiday update that I'm going to mention is maintenance summary. And I am so excited for this one because I keep meticulous details about maintenance, and I like the idea of having all of that information at my fingertips in the vehicle, and probably also in the app. I'm not sure. But we're going to produce a whole separate video showing the setup and analyzing how handy, how useful that feature is. And so you're going to want to click the bell for notifications so that you can see this exciting enhancement to all Teslas. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and safe travels to you in whatever you drive.